Hello everyone, this is the real Sean Caffrey speaking, and today I want to discuss the presenters of my custom TV channel, ASDTV. As you know, I've made two separate videos discussing what shows I plan to include for ASDTV. But I also want to talk about the regular schedule. So, if you're not aware, I will of course be the main presenter of ASDTV since it is my custom channel. But I plan to have about 4 other presenters. They are some friends of mine on YouTube. These include Jacob JCB, James the Parody Maker, Mickey Peters, and Sodor Railway Studios. If anyone else wants to volunteer, feel free to. There are going to be 4 sections of the day inspired by CBeebies. We have the morning, the middle of the day, afternoon and evening, and then bedtime. So the morning, I'm giving that position to Sodor Railway Studios. He can present segments that lead into shows like Thomas and Friends, Roy the Racing Car, Bob the Builder, and Fireman Sam. Discover and Do, I'm giving that to Jacob JCB. He can present the segments that lead into Fimbles, My Little Pony, Bluey, and Balamori. Discover and Do is basically themed with shows that are all about learning new things, I suppose. I actually don't know what the purpose of Discover and Do is, but it's the main portion between 9 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the way, Get Set Go is the morning part, which is, I believe, from 6 until 9. And that is themed around shows to help you get ready for the day. Then you have Big Fun Time, which is, as the name suggests, shows more about having fun. James the Parody Maker has asked to host this segment, so I'm giving that to him. He can present segments that lead into shows like Lazy Town, SpongeBob, Mr. Bean, the animated series, The Aquabats, and Tom and Jerry. And that just leaves the bedtime hour, and I believe Mickey Peters asked to present them. And he can present the segments leading into In the Night Garden, Storymakers, and maybe 1 or 2 episodes of Thomas and Friends. That's the main schedule of ASDTV. And every so often, I'm hoping to introduce these color door segments, like what CBeebies had during their early years. And they are as follows. Mickey Peters will have the Red Room, and it'll be themed around shows that put more emphasis on the comedy. So shows like Gigglebiz, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Tom and Jerry. Maybe even Looney Tunes. Sodor Railway Studios, whose real name is Joe, by the way, I'm giving him the Orange Room, and it'll be themed around shows with talking vehicles. So shows like Thomas and Friends, Roy the Racing Car, Bob the Builder, and Theodore Tugboat. Jacob JCB will have the Yellow Room, and his theme is around furry friends, or talking animals. So he'll have shows like Bluey, Pingu, Shaun the Sheep, and My Little Pony. My room is going to be the Green Room, and it'll be based on musical shows. So shows like Balamori, The Wiggles, and Space Pirates. And James the Parody Maker will have the Blue Room, which is themed on rescues. So it'll have shows like Lazy Town, Fireman Sam, and Brum. But of course, if anyone else wants to have their own presenter segments, feel free to tell me, and I'm sure I can work around it. Oh, and one more thing. Since James the Parody Maker will be hosting Big Fun Time, which lasts from 3 o'clock until around 5 or 6 o'clock, I will be giving James the role of introducing the weekend movies. So every weekend from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, I will have one movie air on the channel. So I'll have James introduce them, and they can be any movies of his choosing, just as long as they are family friendly and that they're not too long. I think the maximum is 2 hours, including the credits. So what do you guys think? Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.